Member for Calgary West.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Albertans have consistently shown that they want a common-sense conservative approach to crime and justice. The number one cause of criminal death in Canada is drunk driving. These tragedies are 100% preventable. Sadly, in many drunk driving deaths, the courts give lenient sentences and thus rock the public's confidence in the justice system. Last week, Federal Justice Minister Peter MacKay announced changes to the criminal code that provides a 6-year mandatory minimum sentence for drunk drivers. Mr. Speaker, it is about time that does occur. To the Minister of Justice, will you today commit to supporting this initiative to stop drunk drivers who cause?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the honourable member for the question. The government agrees that there are many senseless and needless deaths as a result of drunk driving. These deaths are tragic and they are preventable. We are absolutely looking into ways that the province can assist in moving forward and making sure that these deaths are prevented in future. In terms of the federal legislation, obviously I don't have jurisdiction over that, but we will certainly be watching with interest. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm of course aware you don't have jurisdiction, but I hope you support the legislation.
Remind the member, 35 seconds, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, to the same minister, given that the convicted drunk drivers who cause death have blood alcohol limits 3 times the legal limit, and some have been found in excess of 200 kilometers an hour, and families have been devastated throughout Alberta with the perceived lack of justice for the victims of families, what are you prepared to do for the families of drunk driving victims?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you again to the honourable member for the question. We are aware that a number of families are devastated by these tragedies, and to them we express our deepest sympathies. And as I've said, my government is looking into methods to prevent these tragedies going forward. In terms of all victims of crime have access to services through the Victims of Crime funding available. And yes, I mean, our intention is to prevent these crimes as much as possible.
Second supplemental.
Thank you very much, and those were obviously great initiatives by the PC government at the time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Finally, to the same minister, given that drivers can be impaired with drugs other than alcohol, will the Minister of Justice commit to lobbying the federal government to amend the criminal code to allow approved drug testing devices that can detect drugs in the systems of drivers where reasonable and probable grounds exist to require a sample and keep our roads safe while also supporting additional tools for the police? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and to the honourable member. I do want to take this opportunity to point out that to deliver the message that no one should be getting behind the wheel, whether they've been drinking or whether they've been doing drugs, and we unequivocally condemn that sort of behaviour. Mothers Against Drunk Driving, MAD Canada, issued a provincial legislative review on June 22, 2015. Alberta led provinces with a C+ grade. However, as I have committed previously, more work is needed, and we are looking into ways to work with police services to increase enforcement and to reduce the